At 76, the life of Randy Owen carries both the incredible legacy of a country music legend and the emotional weight of years filled with challenges, loss, and reflection. Best known as the lead singer of the iconic band Alabama, Randy Owen helped shape the sound of country music for generations. With his warm Southern voice and heartfelt lyrics, he became one of the most recognizable figures in the genre. During the 1980s and early 1990s, Alabama dominated country charts with hit after hit, selling millions of albums and performing in front of packed arenas across the United States and beyond. Songs like Mountain Music, Song of the South, and Angels Among Us became timeless classics that defined a generation of country music fans. For Randy, those years were a dream come true, but behind the bright lights of fame there were always personal battles and emotional challenges that the public rarely saw. One of the most heartbreaking moments in recent years was the loss of his longtime bandmate and friend Jeff Cook. Cook, who had been part of Alabama since the beginning, was not only a talented musician but also a brother-like figure to Randy. When Jeff passed away in 2022 after battling Parkinson's disease, it left a deep emotional wound in Randy's heart. The two had spent decades traveling the world together, writing songs, sharing stages, and building a musical legacy that few artists ever achieve. Losing someone who had been such a constant presence in his life was incredibly painful. For Randy, it wasn't just the loss of a bandmate, it was the loss of a lifelong friend and partner in one of the most successful journeys in country music history. As he reached his mid-70s, Randy also began reflecting on the toll that decades in the music industry had taken on his life. The endless tours, the pressure of fame, and the responsibility of leading one of the biggest country bands of all time came with sacrifices. Time away from family, physical exhaustion, and the emotional stress of always being in the spotlight were challenges he carried quietly for years. Yet Randy was never someone who complained publicly. Instead, he focused on gratitude for the fans who supported Alabama, for the music that changed his life, and for the opportunity to share his voice with the world. Despite the tragedies and losses he has faced, Randy Owen has always remained deeply connected to his roots. Born and raised in rural Alabama, he never forgot where he came from. Even after becoming a global star, he stayed closely tied to his community and his family farm. Over the years, he also became known for his generosity and humanitarian work, helping raise millions of dollars for charitable causes, including programs that support children and families in need. These efforts revealed another side of Randy, the compassionate man behind the famous voice. However, as the years pass, there is also a bittersweet feeling surrounding the legacy of Alabama. Many fans look back on the band's golden era with nostalgia, remembering a time when their music dominated the radio and their concerts brought people together across generations. For Randy, those memories are both joyful and emotional. He carries the responsibility of keeping that legacy alive, even as some of the people who helped build it are no longer here. Turning 76 has become a moment of deep reflection for him, a time to honor the past while continuing to appreciate the present. Although the tragedy of losing close friends and facing the realities of aging can be heartbreaking, Randy Owen's story is also one of resilience and gratitude. His voice may remind fans of decades gone by, but his influence on country music remains powerful even today. The songs he helped create continue to inspire new listeners, proving that true music never fades. Through joy and sorrow, Randy Owen's life reflects the emotional depth that makes country music so meaningful. And for fans who grew up listening to Alabama, seeing Randy today is both touching and inspiring, a reminder that even legends carry human stories filled with love, loss, and perseverance.